Hello.
I think we're hello.
Hello, 1, 2.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, we're testing these mics, but everything's fine except I can't hear myself. Okay.
Hello.
I don't know. Just when I
talk to Gene.
When I talk, this goes, but I can't hear myself.
Still talking to Gene. Check this, John. See if we have this right.
Yeah.
Is the screen right? Try.
Okay. I talk, but I can't hear myself.
Can't hear anything.
Can't hear Mike either. But this seems to be working. We're just not getting anything back into the headsets.
Was this plugged in here? They're backwards. How about now, Gene? Can you hear anything now? Fix it?
Okay, now
no.
For the rubber match. Starting things off with the Sundevils, number 14, the captain, Randy Garley.
Nothing yet. Oh, turn on the power strip. How's that?
Yeah, that did it. Once again, it's
It's the old power strip trick.
Once again, it's like somebody turn it on. Yes. So I'm a little loud. Not so loud. Well, the video you're looking at is a junior varsity contest. It's unfortunately it's a delay. There's a 1 minute delay, but from our audio to the video, of course, we're not doing any auto. But anyway, this is the third game. They tied it up. Los Alamos won the first set. Espanola won the second. In junior varsity, it's the best 2 out of 3 sets. So right now they're in the third set, and they'll play that to 15. And right now it's 2-2. So it'll take them a little while, and then there's another 25 minutes or something like that for the varsity warm-up. So it doesn't look like we're going to get on the air until easily after 6:30, but we'll keep you posted. Well, right now, the junior varsity game is right now it's 14-13. Hilltoppers up. Best of 2 out of 3 out of 3. And this is the final set. They play that to 15, so this is match point. And of course, that's the video is not showing this match point, but the Hilltoppers serving. And so, and this one is going to go out of bounds off of the Hilltop. No, wait, that's it. Okay, it's off of the Sundevils. I thought that went off of Los Alamos, but the Hilltoppers take it 15-13 in the junior varsity, that is. And so the JV just now finishes up, and so we'll be probably about 25 minutes before we'll get the varsity started. Long warm-up for volleyball. So this is Gene Mortensen and Mike Katko, and we'll be coming back for the varsity in a little bit, probably about 6:45. Okay, but the junior varsity comes from behind to take the junior varsity. Hi, everybody. This is Gene Mortensen along with Mike Katko, and we're here at turns out of the season. It was senior night here tonight, and the final game of the season, it'll be between Los Alamos High School Hilltoppers and the Espanola Valley High School Lady Sundevils. The Hilltoppers coached by Joe Palmer, and the Lady Sundevils coached by Nicole Romero. And since this is the final home game of the season, it is senior, final game of the season period, but we understand. We trying to get schedules and everything has been kind of tough this year, but thanks to John McHale, he's been staying right on top of it. And want to remind everybody that Los Alamos Daily Post, and we want to thank Carol for making all these broadcasts possible, and the Daily Post, and you can keep up with what's going on. They publish it every day in the Daily Post what our schedule is. And tomorrow afternoon, at 3 o'clock, we'll have a soccer game, boys versus Taos, and then that'll be followed up by the football game of boys versus Taos. But, Mike, tonight was senior night, and we had a bunch of seniors from Espanola. They had 6 seniors and only 5 juniors. They don't have any sophomores. They don't have any freshmen on the varsity team. But I think you've got a list of those seniors.
You know, I didn't realize that most of the time they give what's proper decorum is really neat here, that they give the seniors on the opposite team a flower, and along with our seniors getting a basket of goodies for being seniors. It's crazy how things have changed, but it's also nice. So anyway, the Sundevils are coached by Nicole Romero. Their starters are going to be Anita De Oero, Joni Martinez, Roxanne De Leon, Cameron Connors, Daphne Talamontes, Kiana Duran, and Miranda Salazar will be their libero. Other players will be Sofia Sena, Alexis De Vargas, Jackie Gonzalez, and Aliana Cuevas, who will probably be seeing, all of which will probably be seeing some court time. And the Sundevils, we expect this game to be a lot like Pewaukee was last night. Sundevils always show up, and the girls are always fast, always quick. It's hard to find an open court. And it looks like they have some height, good height, so there should be some blockers up front, unlike last night's contest where Pewaukee really had nothing up front, and the girls just shot at will. And I'll let you go ahead and do Los Alamos, Gene.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers have 3 seniors, only 3 seniors this year. They have 8 juniors, so they have a really good core coming back, and they have 3 sophomores and 1 senior. And the 3 seniors have Lizzie Atencio. She's the libero for Los Alamos, a 5'3" senior. And then, of course, Michaela Gonzalez, who's been around forever, it seems like. She's 5'9" senior and outstanding volleyball player and a big contributor, outstanding basketball player. She goes out there and gives it her all. I mean, it's amazing. She's so much fun to watch, volleyball and basketball.
True athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Well-rounded athlete.
Yeah, she really is, and a nice young lady. And then the final senior for the Hilltoppers is, let me see, where did she go? Oh, Kaelin Melton, sorry. So Kaelin Melton, the 5'9" senior, she's a setter for Los Alamos and an outstanding server. So she plays those roles very well, serving and then setting for the big girls, like setting up Nadia Gallegos and Solen Tellez. And
Solen's been a great player also.
Yes, she has. And so anyway, we would be remiss here if we didn't go back. Abby Leckel, the 5'6" junior, had no mention of her last night whatsoever on the broadcast. Anyway, sometimes these girls drive us crazy because they'll switch jerseys and then they don't tell us. And so last night we had the number 14. We had as Angelina Pasalacqua, a 5'8" freshman, but turned out it was actually Abby Leckel, and she was a 5'6" junior. And the same thing happened with Lizzie Ortez and
Welcome to gymnasium. the home of the Hilltopper.
Oh, that's Jim Starrett on the PA. But the same thing happened last night with Lizzie Atensa and Lucy Andrus. And Lucy last night was 10, and Lizzie was 3. We thought she was supposed to be 2, but she was 3. We did get that straightened out. Lucy ended up being number 10, but now she's back to being number 3. Lizzie's back to being number 2. So every time I change my roster, we end up having to change it again. But what I was trying to bring up here is that, we're going to have the national anthem, then we'll come back and talk about the game last night by Abby Leckel, 5'6" junior. We'll be right back. The national anthem.
That's the soccer team. The soccer team went ahead and sang it for us.
Yes, they did. So
the student section is full again tonight.
Yeah, we have a big crowd here tonight for volleyball, so the crowd is, as we go along, the crowds have been getting bigger and bigger. I think this is definitely, we had a big crowd last night, but I think probably, this crowd is probably bigger, but not by a whole lot. We had a pretty good crowd last night, and right now they're introducing the Jim Starrett taking over the PA. Maury Pongrat's out of town, so Jim Starrett doing the PA. And
do a shout out to Maury. He's probably listening in and enjoying his grandson and letting his grandson listen in.
Yes, exactly right. So anyway, but what we want to talk about here is that last night Abby Leckel had a fantastic evening. And like I say, the numbers were all fouled up. So we had Angelina. We thought she was. 14 was supposed to be Angelina Pakalaska. It turned out it was Abby Leckel.
And a lot of times you only have time to see the number.
Yeah,
and then figure out the name.
Well, Abby anyway just had a fantastic game. She had 12 spike kills, and every time she set up over on the left side of the net, Abby she just found the open court right and left. And a lot of her spikes were just clean and just right down, nobody touching them, just going right into an open area. So she just had an outstanding game last night, Abby Leckel, and we kept praising her, Angelina, but we would say, once again, Angelina Pasalacqua, and it should have been saying, once again, Abby Leckel. So.
And she had the game of her life last night. It was amazing. She had 12 kills, tons of saves. She really was almost the star of the show.
Yeah, she had quite a game. I'll certainly say that. And so sorry, Abby. Last night we have all the numbers right now tonight. So we still had to make some changes. They'd given us a new roster last night, so which I went ahead and put up on the computer. And then when we got over here, we found out they'd changed numbers again. And of course, that's all part of this being a high school broadcaster for high school sports. I mean, we go down to places like Espanola, and every game we go down there, it's like, say, the basketball team. And every time we go down there and play, everybody's wearing different numbers. So anyway, so we apologize for that. And
Mrs. Leckel and Mr. Leckel.
Yeah.
And Grandma and Grandpa Leckel, if you're listening.
Yeah, anybody in the connected with the Leckel family listening. Sorry about that. So right now they are introducing the Hilltoppers. And once again, I want to remind you, these ball games, the soccer, the volleyball, the football, everything, all made possible by Carol Clark of the Los Alamos Daily Post. And she's the one that's got this all together with Nate Limback and John McHale. The three of them all got into a huddle and a social distancing huddle. And they all came up with this system. It's just it's a great system. We had a little trouble last night with the audio cutting out, we were told, but that has nothing to do with us. Our system is top notch right now, and the cutting out has to do with the internet here in Griffith Gymnasium is not very good. And we had the same problem when we were broadcasting for KRSN on the radio. We did that with over a cell phone, and we had a little problem with that too. So anyway. So Jim Sterrett now finishing the introduction of the players, and so we're about ready to go here for volleyball as the teams wave at each other. They don't, after the games, they do the same thing. They don't do the old walk by each other and go, good game, and whether they mean it or not. But anyway, at least with the waving, they all turn around and wave at each other, big smiles. I like that better. So we're ready to go, and Lizzie Atencio will be the libero for Los Alamos, and trying to figure out. I think she's going to start. Well, not sure if she's going to be serving or not. Anyway, we're trying to bring in the libero now for Espanola, and I think that's Joni Martinez, I do believe, but we'll have to see. Nope.
We have Ina Mirabal as referee.
Miranda Salazar is the libero, 5-foot senior.
And Ina Mirabal is the referee, so there will be no mistakes on the referee position.
No.
She is nationally renowned.
Yes. So Anita Aguilar will serve to start things off. The Hilltoppers are going to bring it up. And Solin yes.
Whoa.
Wow. Solin with a boy. I mean, she zinged that off of, I'm telling you, she zinged that off of Roxanne De Leon. What is that? Yeah.
Lots of power.
Anyway, she zinged it off of her, and there was no way that they were going to stop that one. A little push shot goes in the backcourt by Espanola, and now they're going to set up Michaela Gonzalez. And they partially blocked it, then it just drops in to Espanola territory, and so that makes it a 2-0 ball game.
Kiana Durand got a hand on it, but couldn't keep it up.
So Kaelin Melton serving for Los Alamos, and she's going to serve it wide and long. So the side out will go over to Espanola, and coming in to serve for and that will be Sofia Sena. So Sofia Sena will serve for Espanola at 1-2. Comes into the backcourt, dug out there by Michaela Gonzalez. Now it's bumped across for the Hilltoppers.
Ooh, they've got a hitter there.
Yes.
Roxanne De Leon, nice shot. Two blockers there for Los Alamos, and it just ricocheted off their hands.
So it's a 2-2 ball game right now. It comes to Lizzie Atencio. Atencio now they're going to set up Michaela. Pushes it across with the left hand, picked up easily by Espanola. Espanola takes the shot. It's blocked at the net, along with Michaela Gonzalez, along with Solien Tellez. And then the Hilltoppers finally do return it, but it's going to go long.
Solin shot it a little long.
Yes.
Solin Tellez.
3-2. Nice serve this time. Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble with it. They finally do get it across, and now Espanola a quick
nice
dink. Boy, what a great save that time by Kaelin Melton.
It was effective. It got us to move in the wrong direction.
Well, Kaelin.
It was a quick little dink too.
Boys, I'm telling you, she just dove to the floor, but the point goes Los Alamos to Espanola as Los Alamos shoved that one out of bounds. And this time now the serve, they try to get it up to the front to Michaela Gonzalez, and it's one of those ones they bump up, comes right down to the bottom of the net, and it's one of those ones you just cannot get to. 5-2, picked up by Michaela, going to set up Tellez. Tellez with a hard shot, and that was long. Next two, and I think Joe Palmer's going to want a timeout.
Timeout called by the
6-2. It's a wise timeout. I don't think Espanola is one of those teams that gets shaken just because they lose a couple of points. And Joe Palmer, I think they can hear him in the parking lot.
Yeah, I think
he has some words to say to his girls.
I think he falls into the category of the unhappy camper. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Still serving back there, Sophia Senna. And, boy, she's been serving. She's been putting great serves across. The Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble.
Serves it on a rope. It just goes straight.
So Sophia will serve now at 6-2 here in set one. Best 3 out of 5 sets. Sophia picked up in the backcourt. Now they're going to set up this time Ashley Hammond. Hammond pushes it across, and now Espanola, the libero for Espanola, almost a spike from the backcourt. Pushed it now into the and a great, a great play that time by Espanola as they got it over to Joni Martinez, and Joni was able to push it all the way to the open corner.
Almost saved by Liz.
This one's going to go long finally. So finally Sophia Senna does Los Alamos a favor by serving it long, and so they'll get her out from behind that service line. And the Hilltoppers now are going to bring in Brianna Mieto, 5'4" junior. She's a good server for Los Alamos, but she's serving right now at 3-7.
From the center backcourt.
This is going to go long. So they finally get Sophia Senna out from behind the service line, get it over to Los Alamos, and then now serving will be
Kiana Duran.
So Kiana Duran takes a little bit off of it. Hilltoppers are going to get it up now.
Good idea.
And Kaelin Melton, I didn't think she had a chance at it. She just kind of flipped
backward
it.
Dink.
Yeah, backward dink, exactly. Now it comes over to Lizzie Atencio, Solian Tellez, and she puts it into the open court.
Solin with a nice tap for an open court shot. Great little tap did Solin do there.
Yeah, so she just took a lot off of it. Makes it now 4-8. And Solin will serve. Going to come up to the front and then just pushed across. And Hilltoppers can't return it. So Cameron Connors, she's a 5'10" senior, and she just went high up in the air and just pushed it in the open court. Now it's 9-4, and then Aliana Cuevas will check in for Taos, and she'll serve. Serving at 9-4. And this one comes, then so they'll head up. So Nadia Gallegos now has checked into the ball game. She's in the front line for Los Alamos, and they just simply set her up easily. And she just turned around and saw so much open court. I don't think she could decide exactly where to go at first, but she just slammed it into the open court. And now serving will be Bella Aguilar. So Bella usually fires them across, picked up by the libero, and a lot of miscommunication between.
Well, it looks like she jumped too soon. Well, one of those where you just jump too soon and the ball comes down as you're landing.
Well, she had Anita Diaguero like kind of charging over there too, and I think that distracted her. So Espanola cannot return the serve. A time of Bella Aguilar, and
Hilltoppers catching up.
close it down to 7-9. So Bella, 5'6" junior, down. Hilltoppers down by 2. Set 1. Dug out by the libero, and then
good block.
They bring it up, and they set up Cameron Connors, and she tries to go up against Natalie Gallegos, and nothing doing, says Natalie. That makes it 8-9. Bella, beautiful serve, picked up by Miranda Salazar, the libero, and then a hard shot by Roxanne De Leon, sorry. Roxanne De Leon, that's blocked by Los Alamos, out of bounds.
10-8, Toppers trailing to the Sundevils.
So
first set of this game.
So Roxanne De Leon hits the net, but it does come across.
What a save.
Yes, it was. And that time Bella Aguilar, she just dove to the floor as that serve hit the tape and then popped across.
Beach ball save.
Yes, and so she got it up, and then Los Alamos returns it out of bounds. Makes it now 11-8. This one's going to go long. That'll make it 11-9. 9-11 now for Los Alamos. Ashley Hammond will come back into the ball game. She'll replace Brianna Nieto. Going back to serve right now will be Abby Leckel. So Abby, 5'6" junior, will serve.
Ooh, what a serve.
Nice serve. They bring it up, and so it's just bumped across by Espanola. They had no chance to set anybody up, but the Hilltoppers set up Nadia Gallegos. Hard shot, picked up by Aliana Cuevas. Good play by Aliana. Hilltoppers bring it up to the front again. Ashley Hammond. Hard shot by Ashley, partially blocked. Picked up by Espanola, and then they set up. The set comes over to Daphne Talamontes, and Daphne puts it, right through the Hilltoppers had blockers, but
double block, and they went right between them.
Yes, and so anyway, now it's 12-9. Yeah, and Miranda Salazar, she almost was out in the lobby. Ashley Hammond, wow, right on the line. Boy, beautiful shot by Ashley Hammond from the left side of the net to the corner on the right side, and she banged that thing right on the line. That makes it now 10-12. Lizzie Atencio serving now for Los Alamos, and the libero for Los Alamos has to play it, has to come all the way up to play it. So Lynn Teliez, she puts a hard shot down, diving to the floor, trying to get it. Roxanne De Leon, she can't get it, and she loses it over the end. She loses it out of bounds.
So Lynn's second kill.
Lizzie Atencio, and this one's almost into the bleachers. Miranda Salazar finally brings it across. A miss hit by Los Alamos, but they are able to get it back and get it across over the net. And so
Nita De Aguero with that quick dink.
Yeah,
you expect her to set for the point, and
yeah,
she just hits it sideways right over.
She's only 5 feet. She's a senior. She's been playing on the basketball team forever, point guard, and so
it's very quick.
Now she serves again, and this one, Solène Teliez, hard shot, picked up. Miranda Salazar, the libero, playing it from the backcourt, slams into the net. And so that closes it down to 12-13, and Kaelin Melton will go back for Los Alamos. So Kaelin, that serve was going to go out of bounds, and then Daphne Talamontes made sure it went out of bounds because she went for it and knocked it up into the student section.
And that serve done by Kaelin Melton.
13 right now. Kaelin serving. Espanola has to just bump it across from the backcourt. The Hilltoppers pick it up, and they're going to set up Michaela Gonzalez. Her shot picked up on the backcourt, and Manita De Aguero. Let me correct that. Joni Martinez.
Timeout.
Left-handed hit, and now Espanola wants a timeout after that.
Run by the Toppers.
Yeah, after the
short run.
After Joe Palmer essentially woke them up, I guess.
Well, he still doesn't look too happy.
Yeah.
Well, coaches never seem to be happy till the bell rings.
Yes. But now it's 14-13. Hilltoppers up by 1. And
we're struggling a little bit, but now they seem to have found some rhythm here.
Yeah, and then last night, of course, against Milwaukee, after we got into about the second set there, I couldn't believe the execution and by both teams was outstanding. Kaelin Melton will serve, and Espanola cannot get it. They try to. Aguilar tries to run up and just push a little.
Tried to sneak a double hit in there, but not with Ina on the court watching.
So 15-13 right now, and just brought across it. And the Hilltoppers are going to let Kaelin Melton bring it across, and Miranda Salazar going for it, and then some kind of miss.
The coach didn't like it. Looked like it was out, but.
Well, Miranda went for it, and then it looked, I don't know if she was trying to pull back or what, but she just essentially lost it out of bounds. And there is an ace by Kaelin Melton, and there's that floater.
That's her first ace.
That floater that just comes up and drops down into the open court, because the way the teams line up to receive the serve, they leave a lot of open court, and that floater. That's a tough one for everybody. Hard shot by Kiana Duran, and we have a double block at the net by Solin Tellez and Ashley Hammond. The Hilltoppers now go up 18-13. So the Hilltoppers really roaring from behind. And now Kaelin Melton again, who's been doing a fantastic job. There's that floater, but this time they play it, and then it's pushed back. A quick push across this time by Daphne Talamontes. So on the first hit for Espanola, Daphne just simply pushes it into the open court, makes it 14-18. Sophia Senau, she was the one that started this contest off and drove Los Alamos crazy. Solian Tellez, hard shot picked up by Miranda Salazar. And then a spike by Roxanne De Leon.
So Solin had a nice shot, but it got hit back.
Sophia
Espanola coming back now.
Sophia Sena serving at 15-18. She's the one that opened up the lead in the first place. Michaela Gonzalez, whoa!
The senior showed up.
Left-handed slam, diving for it was Roxanne De Leon, but all she could do is just stick a fist out there, and that's all she could do.
Her second kill for tonight.
Ashley Hammond serving for Los Alamos. Took it up to the front, and a miss hit that time by Roxanne De Leon, and she puts it right into the net, and the Hilltoppers go up by 5, 20-15, with Ashley, the 5'8" sophomore, serving for the Hilltoppers. So Ashley, an ace by Ashley as it just kind of floated in, and it was a very playable ball. Roxanne De Leon had a good chance at it, and then she just got her hands in the wrong direction. So it's 21-15 now in favor of Los Alamos. Double block at the net by Los Alamos. And
great recovery.
And now it's going to come down this time to Abby Leckel. Leckel's shot across, and then Espanola's shot is blocked by Los Alamos. And there's a quick dink by Espanola, and they're going to set up. El Solian Tellez bumps it across, backward bump. Shot comes all the way to Kaelin Melton in the backcourt. Hilltoppers Ashley Hammond just all she can do is bump it across from the backcourt. And there is a zinger by Roxanne De Leon, partially blocked by Los Alamos, but it's going to go, and then that goes flying over the end line off of the Hilltoppers.
Boy, fantastic play at the net with a couple of those blocks and recovering from the block to get it back. Really nice play at the net.
16-21. And into the net goes the serve, Kiana Duran.
That's a topper point. 22-16 is the score.
Toppers
on top.
Can't stand prosperity. And so now Solin Tellez. There's that little floater again, but Espanola plays it and plays it well. Shot by Roxanne De Leon, picked up by the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers barely get it across. Abby Leckel, I don't know how she got that across. It was a hard serve, and it came up to the front. Abby
just punched at it.
Yeah.
It went cross court and landed in.
Yeah, I mean, she just had no play whatsoever.
Out of balance and everything.
Yeah, she just simply took a little stab at it. Nadia Gallegos with it for Los Alamos, leading 23-16 right now. Now they're going to set up Nadia. Nadia, hard shot by Nadia, played by Espanola. Comes up to Anita Diaguero.
There you go.
Anita with a long shot, and that's going to go long.
Topper point, set point.
So we come to set point.
24-16, serving Solène Telliez.
So Solène at set point. And that's going to go off Roxanne De Leon and head back for the wall. And that'll do it. So the Hilltoppers who were down, they were down, and Espanola was on a run. Joe Palmer called timeout, and boy, after that timeout,
He just had to give him a little direction is all.
Yeah, so. Anyway, so we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back.
Shout out real quick. Now that we're back, I'd like to do a shout out. I posted something on Facebook.
3-1. So right now the Hilltoppers up by 1 set. And so we will start things off here with Kaelin Melton. Will go behind the service line for Los Alamos.
The Hilltoppers will be number 6, the senior, Kaelin Melton.
So here we go, and set 2, Kaelin, and puts that little floater into the middle. Espanola is able to play it. The Hilltoppers are not able to return it, and that makes it a 1-0 ball game in favor of Espanola, and they will serve. Anita Diaguero will take the ball behind the service line. Anita, 5-foot senior, and she's been involved in Espanola sports for as long as I can remember. She was now the Hilltoppers make Michaela Gonzalez. Wow. And boy, I mean, attempting to block that was key. He went up there, but it just went flying off of Kiana's hands, out of bounds. Ashley Hammond still serving for the Hilltoppers. And picked up by their libero, Miranda Salazar, as he brings it across. Hilltoppers are going to set Solène Telliez. Blocked at the net. A good block at the net by Kiana Duran, the 5'9" senior. So that now makes it 2-3. Espanola down by 1. And coming in to serve is Sophia Sena. So Sophia, a good server. Wow, a zinger just across the net. Abby Leckel just pushes it across, an easy shot, and now Espanola returning it, and the Hilltoppers now are going to send Michaela Gonzalez. She put a hard shot across, brought back immediately by Los Alamos.
Michaela Gonzalez getting the most of that, and score her for the point.
And now Bella Aguilar will serve for the Hilltoppers.
Bella has a nice serve, very nice serve.
And
that's an ace.
Serves an ace.
It's her first.
Makes it 6-4.
It's a line drive serve that she has, and it comes to the other side. If you're in the backcourt, it's down around knee high. It's hard to get.
Zinger, boy. I mean, she is an outstanding server. Roxanne De Leon. And this one.
Well, they're not going to call the touch.
Well,
they're not calling the touch.
Nicole Romero, the coach for Espanola, well,
they want the line judge over there. Ina tells the line judge to go see the ref, and they're gonna talk about it. He didn't see the touch. Oh, okay. Now they saw it.
Okay.
Espanola.
The chair official called the lines girl over, and so she kind of just walked over there, and then she
nodded her head up and down because she's standing in front of the Espanola bench.
Well, they asked her, did you see the touch? And she just nodded her head. Like Mike says, comes to Abby Leckel as Espanola serving at 5-6. And Hilltoppers now are going to set up Nadia Gallegos. And
no
Nadia,
question about that.
Clean as a whistle. And Nadia picks up the point, makes it 7-5.
Rotated her shoulders, and what a can's up, and let's go.
Ashley Hammond. Abby Leckel back to serve for Los Alamos right now. Anita De Aguero, and she sets it. That's going to go long.
8-5 the score. Toppers on top.
And Abby Leckel back behind the service line.
Second set. Toppers winning the first one.
And that comes right into the middle of the court, and they try to set up. Roxanne De Leon, she tries a two-handed push, pushes it right into the net. Los Alamos now goes up 9-5 in this contest with Abby still serving, and now Nicole Romero wants a timeout.
Do a shout out to Mom and Max who listen in quite often, and Max usually gives us the how are we sounding report out there. And then, of course, Debbie's listening at home, and so is Dean and Kent. Kent's up there in Denver. Usually has the game turned on, and he's usually counting his money and listening to the game.
Yeah. And I want to say a shout out to Tammy down in Albuquerque, and Larry here in Los Alamos, and Russ here in Los Alamos.
So it is a good game. It is a good game. It's fun to be in a packed gym again, or a loaded gym.
Anyway, so give us a text if you're so inclined. Roxanne De Leon, Los Alamos after the serve comes to Roxanne De Leon. De Leon's shot is too long. And so Abby Leckel still serving for Los Alamos, and she's on a run.
She's had about 4 points so far.
That makes it about 10-5. That almost was an ace. Roxanne De Leon finds the open court. Abby Leckel with a great save. Brings it up, dinks it up, gets up to Ashley Hammond. Ashley.
But they just can't get in the position of them about that front court of hers. But she does have some good blockers.
So it's a 13-6 now in favor of Los Alamos in set two. They took the first set 25-16. Best 3 out of 5 sets. And this is the final game of the season in volleyball. We've been to play these schedules by ear, but we weren't sure. We didn't know this was the final game until we got here, and it was senior night. So they bring it over now to Cameron Connors, her left-handed shot, and Anita De Aguero. So
boy, Anita, the senior, she knows where they're playing, and she sees the middle of the court is open, and she just dinks it over there really quick. It's
way back. Nice, sir.
I think she's going to keep hitting it over there till Michaela.
And right now, Joe Palmer wants the timeout. So a couple of aces by Anita De Aguero.
She's a senior.
Yeah, she's, I think she's a starting point guard basketball team when she was a freshman. Been there ever. She has a nice to get it to Kaelin Melton. Melton is going to just bring it across. Another dink this time. And this dink from Kiana Duran. And so Kiana gets the dink, and boy, Roxanne had a beautiful set. Boy, she went up, and boy, Michaela right there. No two ways about it. Quick dink by Espanola, and the Hilltoppers can't get her. Well, they get to it, but they never were able to bump it up. They just kept bumping it backwards.
That seems to work every time she tries it.
No. So now it's 13-18. Serve comes to Lizzie Atencio. And
off, kind of awkward hit.
Yes.
Count it.
Well,
might have been awkward, but it scored.
Well, they were going to try to set Nadia Gallegos, and that just put the set way too high. All Nadia could do, like Mike said, is just kind of an awkward hit. But the way it came down, Espanola, they did bump it up once, and then that was all they could do. 19-13.
What a serve.
And
she got it.
And Espanola does get it back. I didn't think they were going to.
What a hustle.
So Lynn Tellez, her shot, and then Nadia Gallegos. So coming from the back, Sophia Senna, she bumped it up to the front, and it was a perfect set for Nadia Gallegos. Right now it's 16-20 with Espanola serving when we come out of the timeout. So both teams now have used both their timeouts, and 20-16, the Hilltoppers lead. And the Espanola will be serving, so that makes it 16-20.
It looks like Bernadette Lawrenson has checked in to listen to the game now at the broadcast.
Yeah, and Bernadette, I want to thank Bernadette. I slipped and fell on the ice, and that Bernadette driving by in the car stopped and helped my daughter Debbie get me up. Thanks, Bernadette. Appreciate it. Long serve. And this one's going to go out of bounds. And so now Ashley Hammond will check in for Los Alamos to join Kaelin Melton and Nadia Gallegos in the front line. And serving will be Abby Leckel. So Abby's
tough serve to get. They got to it.
They had a lot of trouble with it. All they can do is bump it across, and it comes up to Nadia. And Nadia powers it through the block.
Her fifth kill.
Cameron Connors, the 5'10 senior. And she got a hold of it, but then it went off her hands out of bounds. Makes it 22-16 with Abby still serving in set two.
Nice serve.
They played well by Espanola, and then Roxanne De Leon
pushed it wide.
Yeah, she
Topper point, 23-16.
She had a nice set, but she was looking right at Nadia Gallegos. So she tried to push it around Nadia, and it goes wide. Abby Leckel still serving at 23-16. Espanola, there's a missed hit in the backcourt.
It happens.
And so now
set point.
Now we got set point here for
set two.
8 set points for Los Alamos right now in set two. Abby Leckel with the serve. Quick push across by Espanola, picked up by the Hilltoppers. Ashley Hammond gets the set. That's bumped back up to the front. Espanola does able to get it back. Now they're going to set up Ashley again. Her shot is blocked. Comes to Kaelin Melton, and I'm back to Ashley again. Ashley, hard shot goes off of. I wonder. It went off of Miranda Salazar. And then running back, Sophia Senna, almost to the wall, is able to bump it back to Miranda. Miranda then had to do a backward bump from the back line. And so both sets, Mike, 25-16 each.
We haven't accomplished a thing. But Topper's doing great tonight. Especially our big hitters. They're coming through. Nadia's got 5. Ashley's got 5. Michaela's got 4. Abby Leckel has 2 tonight, but playing her usual good game. Hello, everybody. Once again, we keep checking the program here, and looks like Jay Wade is listening from San Diego, California. Good friend of the family and part of the family. Gary and Lori Katko out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right by McKeesport. Thanks for listening in, folks. Hope you're enjoying the game as much as we are broadcasting it. So we got 2 sets up. The Toppers are up by 2 sets. This is the 3rd set, could be the final set, especially for these seniors. But let's see what happens, Gene.
Well, it's nice that they're able to finally get it together with everybody, the governor constantly canceling sports. And we actually started to go in October. We had volleyball. We had volleyball in October, and we were supposed to start on October 10th, October 8th. We were all set. We had the whole system all set up. And then on October 8th, Thursday, we were supposed to start on Saturday the 10th. Thursday, the governor then said no more high school sports. And she kept saying that over and over until finally.
Serving now will be number 1, Anita De Arguello, the captain.
Anita De Arguello's serving for Espanola. She's the one that has that nifty little dink that's given the Toppers fits.
So until yes, her shot is picked up, but they have to play it from the backcourt. Now they're going to set up Solane again. And this one, boy, great save by Miranda Salazar. Solane pushes another one across, and then this one is going to go wide by Espanola.
Espanola's really quick. They get to a lot of those shots.
So Michaela Gonzalez joins Solane Tellez and Solane, and along with Ashley Hammond, Kaelin Melton serving. That goes off of the Espanola in backcourt. They're just barely able to get it back across. Solane takes a lot off of it.
Sometimes things just go right,
Takes a lot off of it.
Play hard and the luck falls your way.
Yeah, and then the ball just kind of hit the tape and then
dropped on the other side.
Yeah, just dropped straight down. So Kaelin's still serving. And the shot by Espanola, and that one is blocked by Solane. Now the Hilltoppers are going to set up Ashley Hammond. Hard shot by Ashley, and the Hilltoppers go up 3-0.
That's her 4th kill. She also has 2 aces in the game.
Kaelin Melton serving. And this serve is going to be returned out of bounds by Daphne Talamontes. 4-0.
Toppers up in the 3rd set.
And took the first 2 sets, identical scores, 25-16. Kaelin Melton again takes a little bit off of it. We're going to say we have
out of rotation. Looks like Ina.
Yes, we have
Ina's telling them what to do out there, and nobody questions Ina.
Anyway, it's formation is
out of formation.
Yeah, so wrong formation on the received the serve.
So Espanola side.
Yes, by Espanola, so that makes it 5-0, and the Hilltoppers serve it. And then Daphne Talamontes partially blocked at the net, but we're going to have.
It looked like she was calling the net.
Yeah,
no, she didn't. It looked like she called the net, but she didn't. It's Espanola point.
But anyway, it's 1-5, and Sophia Sena serving.
Line
comes
drive.
To Nadia Gallegos in the back line. Solane Tellez tries to push it across. They're going to call Los Alamos for 4 hits because they never did get it across. Hit the top of the tape, but that was it. So it makes it now 2-5. And Sophia Sena serving. Nice serve pick. Nadia Gallegos brings it up to Michaela Gonzalez. She takes a lot off of it. Espanola then pushes it right back over. Ashley Hammond gets the set for Los Alamos.
She's swinging hard tonight.
And
what a nice job.
It was a great shot, but boy, diving to the floor. I mean, great play by their libero. And
Roxanne De Leon had a great little lift shot. As it was coming towards her, she just kind of let it go its way and just diverted it a little bit so we couldn't block it.
Yeah, but Miranda Salazar saved the day on that last one. So now the serve by Espanola is long. And so Abby Leckel will come into the ball game in front line. We'll have Solen Teliez and Michaela Gonzalez. And that's a powerful front line. Comes across to Ashley. Ashley sets it to Kaelin Melton. Melton gets it up to
Point Espanola.
Yeah, Kaelin gets it up to Abby Leckel, and then Abby hits the top of the tape and comes back. So essentially they call Los Alamos for four hits. But
I think it's the antenna.
And so now makes it 4-6.
Ooh, what a serve.
An ace.
A curveball serve.
Ace, yes, by Kiana Duran. Well, that thing just floated around into that open court. Yes. So
had a lot of spin on it, and those tend to be curveballs.
Yeah, Lizzie Atencio plays it from the backcourt. Espanola now has to play it from the backcourt. Nobody's been up to the net yet. Abby Leckel finally gets it.
Ooh, what a hit.
A nice set and puts it across to Sophia Senna. Senna knocks it across for Los Alamos. Michaela Gonzalez will pop it over from the 10-foot line, picked up by Espanola. They push it across. Hilltopper's going to set up Abby once again. Abby goes into the net once again.
Boy, Brianna Nieto had two great saves on that rally. So she's really playing well back there in that back court for Los Alamos.
Makes it now 6-6. This is going to go long.
You jinxed her.
We did. So Solen Teliez going to the going behind the service line. That comes to Roxanne De Leon. They get it up to the front. And a nice shot by Cameron Connors. The attempted block by Los Alamos. And
whoops.
The attempted block by Los Alamos. And it just drops right to the floor in front of them. So it makes it now 7-7. So Aliana Cuevas serves an ace.
Oh, Cuevas.
He just brought that almost to the back line. Los Alamos tried to play it, and it just went off of the Los Alamos defender out of bounds. Another right serve, same place, but this time Los Alamos able to play it. Lizzie Atencio from the 10-foot line. Roxanne De Leon has her shot blocked by Michaela Gonzalez.
Boy.
And the thing about it was it got blocked straight up, but it was still in play. And then Michaela turns around with to her other girls on the front line. They're all celebrating, but the ball is still in play as Espanola trying to get it back across. Could not. But Michaela, she decided right off the bat that it was good, but Espanola still had a chance. Coming out of Nadia Gallegos. Nadia.
Good hustle on the Espanola side to get
play
it
by
ball.
Aliana Cuevas because that thing was going. Nadia,
nice Nadia.
So Nadia Gallegos' shot is popped up, comes right to Cameron Connors, and she tries to push it across.
Well, she blocked it. But it went straight up.
Yeah, it went straight up, and then
Nadia took advantage.
Yes, and now serving for Los Alamos. And we get an ace, and that's going to come from Bella Aguilar.
Bella, that's her second ace. She's probably our best server. She has a nice serve.
Yes, she really does. And Miranda Salazar picks it up in the backcourt, and they're going to this time set up once again. And that is Cameron Connors.
Miss hit. So that's unusual miss hit for Anita De Oero. Yeah. That's a topper point. Timeout.
Yeah,
Sundevils.
Well, she got the set, and then she tried to put some kind of a spike on it, but ended up mishitting it. It makes it now 8-11 and 11-8, and Los Alamos will serve when they come out of the timeout.
Joining us from Portland, Oregon, Kathy Horina, a student here, a 76 graduate. And Deanna Chavez from Pueblo, Colorado. My niece.
So the
Yeah, good idea.
I know. We're trying to
something to watch here.
We're trying to fool around with the computer.
This is all new to us. We're all radio guys, and now this YouTube world is real strange to us.
Anyway, well, the broadcast will begin shortly. Is up on the screen, and I'm not sure how to get rid of it. Nate Limbeck, our IT guy, not here tonight. So the serve by Hilltoppers comes, that one by Bella Aguilar, comes all the way to the back line, and then it's bumped up to the front by Espanola, and it just hits the bottom of the net and drops in, makes it 12-8 here in set 3. Hard shot by Bella, and Cameron Connors with a left-handed hit brings it across. It's going to come up to Abby Leckel. Hard shot by Abby, and no return.
Abby Leckel.
She's
not going to be left out of this game.
She powered that up for Aliana Cuevas. Abby, who had a fantastic game last night, and we kept calling her Angelina Pasalacqua.
12 kills last night. She has 4 tonight.
Yes. So Miranda Salazar bumps it up to Roxanne De Leon.
Oh, they called it in.
And yes, it was way in. So Roxanne De Leon picks up the point. And Espanola now will serve.
13-9.
Coming into serve is going to be Alexis DeVargas,
a junior.
Serving at 9-13. Comes to Lizzie Atencio. And now Brianna Nieto has to just bump it from the backcourt. Hilltoppers are going to set up Nadia Gallegos. The set actually was a couple of feet back from the net, so Nadia didn't have a chance for a spike. But then they end up setting up Cameron Connors, Espanola, and Cameron puts a hard shot into the Hilltopper defense and off of one of the defenders out of bounds. And so now a serve this time.
So it's kind of interesting, Gene. It's a lot of fun to watch the student sections. Espanola has a student section over here, a small one, and they look over at the Topper student section and they're yelling back and forth to each other. In our student section, or the Topper student section, every time they look or they're confronted that way, they look up at the scoreboard. All in unison. So. They don't say anything. They just all look up at the scoreboard. It's kind of a neat. There's always that rivalry, right?
Oh yes. Abby Leckel served, and it came back to Ashley Hammond, and she got the point. And so Abby Leckel serving once again. Hilltoppers good enough to Ashley backward bump across, and we're going to have 2 hits called, and that's going to be against Los Alamos.
They're still trying to figure it out, I think.
Now Lizzie Atencio is going to go over and talk to the chair official. And Abby and Joe Palmer.
Well, Palmer's going to go talk to Ina to see if it's okay. And, of course, Ina tells him. That's where it is,
so
Coach.
Anyway, they're trying to figure all this out. So they're going to say 2 hits.
They have a sub.
And so Miranda Salazar is going to get the service for Espanola as they get the point. Makes it 11-15. And Miranda, she starts almost inside the lobby, and then she comes running up to the service line. And a hard shot. That's going to come across. Los Alamos almost setting up Espanola perfectly, but not now. Now Nadia Gallegos gets a perfect set. Boy, Kaelin Melton set her up perfectly.
Yeah, Nadia took advantage of it. Great shot by Nadia. Nadia Gallegos, 6 kills tonight.
Lizzie Atencio back, comes to the back line, up to the front. Little dink by Espanola.
Oh, beautiful
picked up dug out that time beautifully by Lucy Andrus. And comes over to Espanola once again. Kiana Duran with the hard shot. It comes to Solen Tellez, and she just finds the open court.
Got it in
Beautiful shot.
Well, those are really hard digs. When you have to dive on a hard court to get to that shot, those girls have bruises on their knees I can't believe they do it. They just a great job. A lot of hustle, a lot of heart.
Lizzie Atencio. It's a serve brought across by Sofia Sena. And Espanola now they're going to set up Daphne Talamontes.
Well, they want double hit. Espanola coach looks over at Ina. Ina just points back at her.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's
they
topper
wanted
point.
a double
Sorry,
hit, but they say no. It's a
nope.
That point goes to Los Alamos, and Lizzie Atencio will serve now at 18-11. It's pushed across by Daphne Talamontes. Lizzie Atencio has to play from the back line, and we're going to have a carry called against Los Alamos.
18-12.
Makes it 12-18.
Having a good game. The Los Alamos student section, they've moved some officials over there to keep them calm. They're having a lot of fun. It's great to see. Great to see.
It really is. So then Tellez gets the set for Los Alamos, and she's able to get it across. Los Alamos is not able to return it.
Well, Kiana Duran had a nice little push there right at the net, and it dropped over on our side. Good play by her.
So Anita Diaguero will serve at 13-18. Little floater comes right up to the top of the net for Espanola, but we're going to call Espanola for reaching over the top of the net. You can't do that. You go straight up. You keep your hands straight up and keep your hands straight up. But you can't cup that. You cannot cup that hand over the top of the net, and that's what Espanola is called for. Makes it 19-13. Hilltoppers ahead on top. Kaelin Melton will serve.
Still serving. She has an ace in the game.
And so Nicole Romero talking to Ina, the official.
Ina Mirabal.
And so now the captain for Espanola is over talking to the chair official. And, of course, that's what they do. They send the captain over to talk things over with the official. And
timeout,
we're going to have
Espanola.
A timeout by the Sundevils at 19-13. So I want to remind everybody, let's see, we had the volleyball game last night. So anyway, we had a soccer game on Monday, but tomorrow at 3 o'clock we'll have soccer. Hilltopper boys going up against Taos, and that will be at the Sullivan Field at 3 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock we will have Los Alamos High School football, and they'll also be playing Taos. So a busy afternoon and evening tomorrow for the Daily Post. Carol Clark making all this possible, along with Nate Limbach, our IT guy, and John McHale. The three of them all got together and came up with this system.
Boy, Nate Limbach really did some work and shelled out some of his own money.
Yeah, so Kaelin Melton serving, bumped across from the back court by Miranda Salazar. They're going to set up Ashley Hammond. Hammond with a beautiful shot, and Espanola has a chance to do it back across, and they do. Great play by Espanola. Comes to Ashley Hammond again, partially blocked at the net. Miranda Salazar with a great play. It's bumped across. Going to come up to Solen Tellez. Tellez has her shot blocked at the net and out of bounds.
Great hard block by Kiana Duran. She had a great block, and it just spun out of bounds just wide.
Yeah, it just floated over there, but boy, she was right there for a beautiful block. Kaelin Melton still serving for Los Alamos. Comes to Kaelin. Over to Lizzie Atencio, up to Solen Tellez, but it goes over her head and comes right to Daphne Talamontes. and Talamontes pushes it into the open court, and Los Alamos having a lot of trouble deciding who's going to go after that. And so that makes it now 14-20, and Sophia Sena serving at 14-20. Hilltoppers up 2-0 on the first two sets by the same score, 25-16. Michaela Gonzalez, hard shot with that left hand.
Block.
And Cameron Connor. And then Kiana Duran trying to bring it across, blocked at the net.
Solen Tellez.
Solen Tellez.
Perfect block.
Right there.
It died right at the net and dropped straight down.
Ashley Hammond will serve at 21-14. Miranda Salazar picks it up. They're going to set up Kiana Duran. Her shot comes into the backcourt to Lizzie Atencio. They get it up to Abby Leckel. Leckel has her shot partially blocked. Espanola picks it up. They get it across. Abby Leckel again. And Espanola doing a great job on defense. Both these teams now playing very well. Abby Leckel.
Great save.
Barely able to bump it up. And the Hilltoppers.
Almost. We had diving volleyball players all over the court.
Yeah, they really were. And keeping that ball going, keeping that rally going. It was a great rally, but Espanola wins it. Makes it now 15-21. Nice serve comes to Abby Leckel, and across now to Solen Tellez. Hard shot by Solen, picked up on the back line. Espanola is able to return it and get it across. It'll come now to Abby once again. And a great dig out that time by Espanola. They bring it up to Abby again. This time she dinks it. And and there's
a fight at the net. Two blockers
Tellez
having a war.
Yeah, Solen Tellez and Cameron Connors both going up. Had a jump ball up there. They both had their hands on the ball. But anyway, so Cameron ends up winning the battle.
Timeout, Los Alamos.
So that makes it now 17-21. And the Hilltoppers will take another timeout.
Well, like we said, so what the school does is they stream the video so you can watch. But for some reason, the video is streaming a minute or two off delay
1 minute
of the actual game. Gene says 1 minute. There's a 1 minute delay. So we have no control over that. So we're calling the game live, and what you're seeing is a minute delay.
Yeah, so
we got a few bugs to work out, and we're getting there.
Well, we'll tell you what happened, and then you can watch a minute later and see if it's right.
Thanks for listening, though. Thanks for listening.
Yes. So the serve comes up, and it goes to Michaela Gonzalez, her left-handed, and a left-handed push by Michaela right into the middle of the backcourt. A couple of Espanola players diving for it, but they can't get it across.
That was as high as she could jump, too.
22-17, Hilltoppers serving. They come up to the front line for Espanola. They can't do anything but just bump it, so the Hilltoppers get it to Nadia. Nadia with a little soft shot into the backcourt, picked up by Espanola, bring it across, and then now Abby Leckel is going to take she's going to take her turn, and she pushes it long.
Boy, Abby has a really neat slam because her kills, she like slaps it. She doesn't like swing her arm like other hitters do. She just reaches up and slaps it hard.
Joni Martinez serving for Espanola. Hilltoppers return it. And now Cameron Connors gets the set.
Save.
And it's blocked by Nadia Gallegos. Blocked right back into her. The Hilltoppers Nadia gets it once again. And this time Nadia trying to get to the back line. Pushes it, just gets a little push on it.
A little too far.
Just a little over the line. Now it's 19-22.
Topper still leading.
Joni Martinez serving.
Brianna Nieto at the last second.
Yeah.
At the very last second, pulled her arm away and it went out of bounds. Good call.
Yeah,
but boy, that's hard to call.
Yes, and it just barely went out of bounds, too.
Every inch of you wants to hit the ball.
Well, yeah, so Bella Aguilar will serve for the Hilltoppers, and there's an ace, and we come now to match point.
Match point.
Hilltoppers with 5 match points right now. And serving, Bella Aguilar. So Bella, another ace.
Nope.
No, they're going to say it was long.
Long.
I thought that was in.
We thought we were going home early. No such luck.
I mean, I thought for sure that was in. They call it out.
It was close.
So Roxanne De Leon will serve at 20-24.
Still match point.
4 match points for the Hilltoppers. And now there's an ace from Roxanne De Leon.
Roxanne De Leon, her third ace.
Makes it 21-24. Both teams have used their timeouts. So Roxanne.
They picked the right person to serve.
5'8" junior. Boy, nice serve. And here comes Nadia Gallegos. Whoa, great dig out by Miranda Salazar and then pushed across by Espanola. Comes to Lizzie Atencio. Over now to, and this is going to be long on the shot by Abby Leckel.
Uh-oh.
And that makes it 22-24.
Espanola's not going away.
So Espanola is saving 3 match points. Makes it now 22-24.
Still match point.
Roxanne De Leon.
That's out.
And that's long, and that's it.
25-22.
So they saved 3 match points and great serving by Roxanne De Leon, but then finally Roxanne pushes one long, and so Los Alamos then takes the match 25-16, 25-16, and 25-22. So this is the I guess the final game of the season.
So they just announced it. Los Alamos has just been announced the district champions for the district.
Yeah, so
no trophies or anything yet, but they are the district champions.
Yeah, so I guess that's their 15 seconds of fame. What do we got, Mike?
Oh, a basketball game next Wednesday against Valencia at 6 p.m. here in Griffith Gymnasium.
Okay, that's a boys' game. And, my good buddy Eric over at Ruby Caves, he's on the basketball team, and he's been telling me all. I've been keeping up with him. He's been telling me forever about basketball practice, basketball this, and he told me today that they had a game next week against Valencia. So
anyway, to finish this up, we're the district champs.
Yes.
In volleyball, the girls. And, it's really a shame that this is ending right now because these girls are playing great. They're seeming to gel now, It's seeming to work out. Let's see if they have a state tournament.
Well,
of course, you usually call it, but.
Well, but the thing that's nice is that, if they're the district champion their regular season, now we would have a district tournament, and the Hilltoppers would play the final game, the championship game here at Griffith Gymnasium, and then they would head off to the state tournament. But thanks to COVID and everything else that goes with COVID, that fouls that up. But congratulations to Joe Palmer and the Hilltoppers, and really hate to see some of those seniors go. It's as we're going to lose Lizzie Atencio and Kaelin Melton and Michaela Gonzalez, and it's not sure what the situation in basketball is. We did hear somebody did hear a report that they weren't going to have any girls basketball this year, and we haven't been able to confirm that, but at least we know that boys basketball is starting up. So the Toppers take it in 3 sets, 25-16, 25-16, and 25-22. So we will be back on the air on Friday. Well, tomorrow. I pulled to John McHale there. Anyway, we'll be back in the air tomorrow at 3 o'clock for Hilltopper soccer against the boys. Boys against Taos. And then following that at 7 o'clock, the football game also against Taos. So if you're interested, please tune in. So that'll do it here, and this ends the volleyball season as the Hilltoppers take the district championship, and that's the third or fourth year in a row that Joe Palmer has won the district championship, and the two of the district championships. I think this is his third year, but he had 2 of them that were, going up against teams like Pewaukee, and we had a powerful district, and Joe Palmer. His girls had to, in the first win, they had to come from way behind. Well, not way behind, but they were going up against Pewaukee, who was number 4 in the state at the time. And the Hilltoppers were able to win that in Pewaukee. And then last year they were the regular season district champions, so they won the district championship here and headed to the state tournament once again. So we'll see. Well, we'll talk to you again tomorrow at first with soccer and then with football. So that's going to do it for us. And so this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Katko and for Nate Limback and John McHale. And want to once again thank Carol Clark, the Los Alamos Daily Post, for making all this possible. I really do appreciate it. And so anyway, for now, so have a great Friday. You can make it even better Friday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug that penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And Sweetie Pie, I love you so much. And boy, I tell you, I miss you so much, sweetie. Bye-bye, everybody.